I've made an i5, a 520i and an M60 BMW video and you're still not happy. The comments are, yeah, but no, but when are you getting the 530e? Now, something else to point out, we are getting the 520d in Ireland, but it has to be in the Touring, which hasn't happened yet. So that, I just want to point that out. This is the 530e, which was a massive seller in the G30 version of the car. And the range in this one is even bigger. And what's it like to drive? Is it light, or does it feel as nimble as the 520i? Does it feel anywhere near as quick as the M60? And is this the sweet spot when it comes to the brand new 5 Series model? It's also worth pointing out that I've heard reliably that BMW dealers are considering dropping a significant chunk off the price of these cars. So negotiate hard if you are interested. Now, this car has just kind of arrived, so the demand for this one is probably going to be higher than an i5 E40, for example. Name of this colour is Fire Red, which is kind of weird because if you think of fire, you always think of fire engine. It's not that kind of red. It's like a lovely deep cherry red, not Imola red like they used to do, but it's a lovely, lovely colour. Sitting on the same wheels, again on the higher spec, higher priced cars, and this is kind of my point in the 520i video. Really, all you need is an M Sport 520i. Anyway, your charging port is here, same as it ever was on the last version of the 530e. You whack your Type 2 cable in there and you charge away and give yourself a range of 100-ish kilometers. Well, the brake horsepower in this one is a smidgen under 300. There is a 550e with 489 brake horsepower, so you can still do the bonkers performance, but then again you're creeping back up into crazy prices. Also, the boot in the 530e was quite compromised in the last version of the 5 Series because the batteries were there. Still a smaller boot, but not bad, still very, very usable. You should probably bring the golf clubs to the showroom to see if you can fit them into the car. Anyway, if you want to see what the interior is like and how all the things work and the widgets and the screens and the gaming, you should hit any of the videos that I've done on this car. We're just going to jump in and go for a drive today and see how the 530 handles. Is it performance-wise quick enough? And is this the car that maybe finally gets it fully right in the new 5 Series? All the startup sounds, everything is just like the full electrified versions of the 5 Series. Except this one has a 2-litre petrol engine. It has a 12 kilowatt-hour battery. You'll charge it. It's not, doesn't do massively fast charging or anything like that. But the whole point of a 530 is you've got somewhere where there's a few hours to charge and work or at home, whatever, and you just let it get on with it. You can select an option that it always starts up in electric mode. Obviously, that is state of charge in the battery dependent. Initial thoughts then, still very composed, very well balanced, feels 5 Series E, as in 5 Series E, not 530E. The transition from electric to petrol and back again is very, very seamless. And it's funny, like, this is the same company that have made I can't remember the name of the XM, and that transition is not smooth at all from electric to V8. If you hold down your set button, it turns off the speed limit warning. So still in electric mode now. Floor it. There's no sudden jerk, it just comes into life. And then we're back to electric mode again. And you just straight away feel that this is the 5 Series the world wants. Obviously, apart from the 520d, which the world and beyond wants. So the M Sports Pro versions, or M Pros, there's so many different acronyms and things these days. That will get the adaptive suspension, which in my opinion, I think the 5 Series, especially if you're going for the larger wheels, really benefits from. Now, you can flip into your modes and you go into sport, and there's a little bit more growl from the engine. It holds on to the revs longer. But just driving this car, there's a lot more grip. It's so much more balanced. And you feel like you're actually behind the wheel of a proper BMW. Consumption figures then. Now, certainly the electric usage part of this has to be, you have to take on board, it's a test drive vehicle, loads of different people, loads of different driving styles. So energy of the battery is 23.3 kilowatt hours per 100 kilometers. Now that would suggest you don't quite get the 100 kilometers out of a 12 kilowatt hour battery, but nonetheless, hammering it then would suggest you'd get 50 kilometers. But if you don't, if you take it easy, you're going to get more than that. And all that said, the petrol consumption then is 1.9 litres per 100 kilometres. The best I could get the 520i to do was 8. So you're talking a difference of about 6 litres per 100 kilometres, which is a fuel saving, there is no doubt. But then the 530e is currently 10 grand dearer than the 520i. So there are some, you know, maths for you to actually work out, well, would I really, or, you know, do I want the option? Do I like having something that is a little bit greener, emissions wise? Up to you. But yeah, there is more urgency to this car than the 520i. As I said, the transition between the two is seamless. We've done a great job there. I was on these exact roads on the iX2 earlier on, and it is night and day in terms of handling, just how composed the car is. Now this feels like a BMW. I still stand by, the 520i is alright. There's really nothing wrong with the power. It's a bit sluggish. It doesn't get going as urgently as this car does. And I like the fact this has a petrol. I know it's only a 2-litre 4-cylinder, but it has a petrol engine under it. And I think BMWs are kind of meant to have petrol engines. You know that? What are you saying? That's what I'm saying. I like that this car has a petrol engine. It's more fun to drive. So is this the 5 Series that we've all been waiting for? You let me know in the comments, and here's my summary. There's my thoughts on the new 530e, and actually as I'm driving it today, UK people are also only getting to drive this car for the first time. I know there's been a bit of a delay on people getting the car in Dublin as well, so hopefully you're getting yours soon, and do comment down below if you're still waiting for the car. What do you think then? Is this the one that grabs you? Is this the best all-round package? Or are you going to wait for the 520d in the touring form? Because again, another reminder, UK and Ireland, we're not getting the 520d in just the saloon. Thank you very much for coming with me this far on the video today. If you want to consider sharing the video, subscribing to the channel, all the things that help. There's not a huge amount of us doing independent stuff in Ireland on video. The more you can help us by watching, sharing the videos goes a long way. Thank you very much. Talk to you in the next one.